quiet day on the market, it seems.
Hey everybody, I'm TecToss and welcome back to Let's Play Divinity Original Sin. Now, I took the liberty of doing a little stuff off screen, usually the boring stuff. First of all, I got rid of some, well, not completely. Let's actually fix that. Where can we sell some useless crap? You don't have any cash whatsoever. Maybe some useful items though. Steam cloud. Static cloud. Knockdown. Looks good. Yeah, I sold some crap that I really didn't need. Like paper knives, the bow, and another bow, this one. There we go, fill up the rest with money. Thank you very much. Pretty good. Good, like, got rid of the stuff in my inventory that I really didn't need. And crafted some arrows, because all we actually need for that is arrow shafts and some of these arrowheads, and we had a lot of those special arrowheads. And you just combine those two, and yeah, I'm probably telling you nothing new, but you know, I was happy to discover that. And there you go, we got a knockdown arrow, which of course goes to Lilith. And as you can see, she now has a nice little collection of special arrows, which should come in very handy in the upcoming fights, hopefully. I don't want to have a resurrect skull on hotkey, so that I accidentally trigger that. I also skilled my characters a little bit, and I increased the level of two-handed by 1 to 2, which gives me a 20% damage boost, up from 10% that it was usually. And for that I picked all skilled up. I read through all the skills here, and the one that just helps me by far the most is the all skilled up trait. And maybe I'm gonna get the bully later on. We'll see. Depends on when another one of these becomes available. As for Lilith, I did also skill up her bow, and I gave her the light stepper, just because for one, I need somebody to actually be the trap finder and secret searcher and whatnot, and it just fits her overall persona and overall character to be the light stepping ranger, witchcraft wielding badass that she is. So I gave her that, and well, that's about the sum of what I did. Nothing special, just, you know, sorting through stuff and then reading, and a lot of hemming and hawing, which you guys probably don't enjoy so much. So let's get to business again, and get in here, Thelyron's House of Healing, and say, well, first save all that, so I don't have to redo all the inventory reorganization that would bore me to death, and say hello to Thelyron? Thelyron or Thelyron? I never can decide when to say the TH. Anyway, blah blah blah. So he's mumbling something about right conditions, and notices me. A source hunter, imagine that. Quite a bit more petite than the last of your kind I encountered, aren't you? Yes, by nearly 20 centimeters of tibia and half the circumference of the biceps brachii, as my memory serves. But no matter, even if it couldn't spare its hardiest specimen, I'm sure the order sent the individual with the next highest probability of success, Yeah, tell me about yourself. Me? Why, I'm more than a little surprised you haven't heard of me. Perhaps I can jog your memory. It was I who cured the Duchess of Arata of her unslakable thirst. A simple pinch of blah blah stuff. I was discovered that aging itself can be halted by a single application of a tincture of stuff. Okay, so you're a great healer, I get that. Very interesting story, bro. Let's discuss your apprentice enjoyment. Yes. If that's how you're referring to the secretive use of a revolutionary healing method, hardly approaching the hinterlands of her understanding. I kind of love how German words randomly appear in English, by the way. Hinterland, or Hinterland, as it's called in German, is a German word. And we use that for, I don't know, what you call would be beyond the country or the countryside. If you have a real... Well, never mind that. We'll save the German lessons for some other time. She's in the other room. Okay, so I basically know what I want to do here. So I'm just breezing through the... yeah, so his apprentice found a weird stone that actually has the ability to heal. And he doesn't approve of that because he's a real scientist. And of course his apprentice should also... do the healing the hard way and the true way and not use that stone and just... So he's, you know, rambling on about that and how that isn't true science, but whatever. Affairs around Seal. You know anything about the murder? Council terrible lost that, though we were hardly more than acquaintances. I knew him to be the devoted civil servant. From what I can tell, it seems to be a simple case of jealousy turned violent. The affairs of his wife, Esmeralda, blah blah. Okay, I was about to compliment him for not suspecting Esmeralda, but even this genius medicus believes the gossip. Whatever. I've applied my ample experience to the particular problem in 2 years ago. Now a step closer. Okay, so he can't really cure the undead problem. Well, that doesn't come as a surprise. There's probably a more hands-on solution to that, like killing the necromancer who actually causes these undead to come out of their graves. And he does declare the problem unsolvable because he can't solve it. That is what some people do.
A mysterious healing stone.
Interesting indeed. Now, I would love to plunder around here, but there's nothing we could actually take without this sucker noticing, so let's get into here. So we got Steven and we got Boris, and she here has to decide with... Yeah, she's gonna tell us. Excuse me, the private sick room. Who in the name of the seven do you think you're barging in here? Out, I say, right this instant. I'm sorry. It's this task. I feel my very being is unraveled at its most tenuous seams. I'm an apprentice of the healing arts. Healing, but this decision feels like precisely the opposite. I have but one healing stone, you see, and two direly wounded men who need it. I've been racking my brain trying to figure out the best method to settle this grave situation, but perhaps it's better off in the hands of an esteemed source hunter. Surely you are more accustomed to weighing life and death than I. Yeah, I've played many a game where I had to make many a decision about life and death. I know what I'm doing. Hand it to me. Also hand me all the money you don't need. Tell me more about the patients. Boris, what can you tell me about Boris? One of the brave few willing to traverse the trade routes plagued by the undead. A young man, but excellent in matters of business. Before he fell victim to an orcish club in the north, that is. Thankfully for him, a cattle trader found him nearly dead, but not quite so, and brought him here straight away. How about Steven? Quite the venerable staple of Seal, Steven, and recently blessed with his third grandchild. He was leading a crew of builders when a stray beam struck him in the temple. A stray beam? What? Are there lasers? Aliens attacking? Whatever. And only a few days shy of his last day of work before retirement, no less. Nearly everyone in Seal is familiar with Grinning Steve, as you can imagine. He's quite dear to his family. Yeah, so I'm actually ready to make a decision, and it's gonna be the same one every time. We got a young up-and-coming businessman who didn't yet get a chance to make his way in the world, and we got somebody who already lived a fulfilled life, and yeah, I think he saw enough of life, Boris that is, and I wanna have a chance at the business opportunities that Steven might uncover for us. So I'm ready to make a decision. Yeah, actually I got it wrong. Boris was the one that yeah, Boris' life has just begun. We can't cut it short now. He should receive the stone. Yes, Boris deserves it. Very good. Pragmatic, there we go, that's what I like to see. Boris it is. Yes, I'll deliver the stone. I'm glad we'll get to save one man, but my heart breaks for the other. Yeah, it's always hard when pixels disappear and vanish into dust. And here we go. And that's what I promised last episode, and I'm trying to get through it this episode. Because Zigzags is quite the enduring talker. By the quill that lasts a billion words, what's this? What are you doing here? Well, the very stars come to die. Who are you and where have you come from? Who am I? Who the devil are you? No. We may find ourselves at the terminus of time, but I asked you first, and it is only courteous to provide an imp of good and honest standing with the answers he desires. Upon reflection, though, it hardly matters who you are, for the question is not who, but how. A stone, you say? Could it be? Could I have been right all along? This stone, what was it? Was it bright and beauteous as a diamond? But did it glow softly deep down in its heart, as if a soul dwelled within? Starstone, it must be. For centuries it slept, the bounty of the heavens, but now it is walking and has brought its awakeners here. Now it is waking, and it's brought its awakeners here. All was dark, and all was still, as it always has been, and always would be, or so I thought. So I feared. But then the runes around me began to shimmer, shine, and dance like a fair-winged fairies aroused from slumber. Starstone, could it be the key after all, and you its wielder? Things of light to unlock things of darkness, lead us into realms of forbidden, where salvation might yet be found. It would be great if you'd start making sense right about now. Oh, I've been making sense all along, my friend, though I didn't even see it. See, that's what you must do. Approach the looking lens and behold, if you dare, the darkness before which even the cosmic shadows flee in terror.
You know, I think that imp may be quite mad.
And we better
Right.
appease him.
So we're gonna look at this here. And here we shall be able to see. Portal has become active. Fantastic, astounding. Onwards we go. Okay. So he's... First of all, let's take a second and appreciate again and again this freaking awesome design. Look at that. It's just... I just love it. It's not... It doesn't lean on any... art style or design style that other games use. Like this, usually the floating island type setting is usually in a steampunky environment, but well, actually it does kind of look a little steampunky, doesn't it, with the gadgets here and the telescope, and but they kind of transformed that and took it back in time just a little bit with the torches burning here and the old statues of warriors or king warriors, I don't know what that guy is, and they added in just the perfect amount of color and light, and it's just awesome. And all that on the background of these stars. So I really enjoyed what they did with this. What's it called? Steadfast or home? I don't really know. Anyway, and also the desk here, which doesn't have anything for us to steal. That's kind of sad. And as you can see, we can use all the stuff here, and that it's not considered stealing. And that already tells us, like, we probably will come here a little more often. Anyway, enough appreciation. Let's talk to Zigzags. Terrifying. I'm not childish. The dark doesn't scare me. Okay, so he basically tells us that the dark will come and consume anything and consume time itself, basically. And what we can do with the help of Starstone is stop the end of time. So, or we can end the end of time, because that does make more sense if you put it like that. It's time you tell me who you are. So he's a historian, and he works for the Weaver of the Tapestry of Time, or works with her, or does live with her. I don't really know. And that's a lot of text to read. So I did it in the first time I played the game. I read it out loud, all of the dialogue, but I think a sum up will do nicely, and if you really want to read it all, you can go ahead and pause the video at the dialogues. I just want to get through it and finally get to where I left off and where last time I stopped the playthrough. So okay, so he's now explaining where we are, which he doesn't explain at all. It's a morsel at the edge of the all-consuming abyss. Well, now that you put it so clearly, I can kind of understand it. The Homestead on the shelter plane at the end of time. So the Homestead is where we can later go back, as I understand it, and change out heroes and upgrade stuff and fast travel to certain regions, I guess, because there's a lot of portals where we are just like this one, but not laying on the ground, but more standing upright. So let's get in here and take a look around. Just uncover what's all there. So you can see here a lot of these portals, and they all kind of, again, it's so marvelous. Every portal has a little, well, these guys don't have it. They're not yet active, but let's go down here and you will see what I mean. Come on, guys, move it. Okay, they're not yet active, so we can't really see that. And so far, I've been counting 2, 4, 3 over here and 3 over here, right? Yeah, so far it's 6. 6 of these portals. And the 7th just up here, I guess. To the first garden. Man, this looks awesome. Oh, I love that. Really love that. I love the type of green and the moss-covered statue type setting. If any of you remember that movie with Will Smith, I Am Legend, and the posters for the movie, they had, I think it's New York, and taken back by nature, basically. There's green and trees growing all over New York, and they had a movie poster of that, and that just looked awesome, absolutely awesome. And that's an art style I really like, and obviously the game is doing that here. Now here you can see there's different realms of elements. So here we got the air element, here we got the I don't know, frost element probably. Here we got earth, and here we got fire. But all the portals are inactive. It's gonna be very interesting to see what actually will be the use of those portals, because I didn't yet get a chance to see that. And there's 2 more portals just so, yeah, stuff doesn't get too boring. Let's save that and try our luck on this thing here. I'm the last chest, the last chest, the last chest. La 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 la. If you believe yourself worthy of riffling through my ample treasures, I dare you to prove it. Find my 4 sisters, no more than 1 in each of the realms of your wide world, and by each you'll discover how to open me. Actually, let's take some ham. That's great. And that should do it. So here is the Weaver of Time, Zigzag's, I don't know, employer, partner, and he basically tried to talk to her, and she wouldn't. While obviously, if we step in the picture, she's gonna talk, and talk a lot. Now, if I could actually hit my mouse where I'm aiming it, thank you. The Weaver of Time, a young woman ceaselessly weaving a seemingly boundless tapestry with the delicate grace of a harpist plucking at her instrument's strings. She takes no notice of anything but her endless occupation. Who are you, madam? At first it seems this taciturn woman will... taciturn woman will continue to ignore your presence. But then she suddenly glances at you, and her eyes go wide with surprise and wonder. Her lips move ever so slightly when she speaks. Her voice appears to reach you from an untold distance, whispered and wrestled from the oblivion. I am time. The Weaver of Time. I'm the ethereal threads of eternity. In the ethereal threads of eternity do I record the deeds of gods and men, of beasts and spectral apparitions. The drift of continents through changing seas, the rise and fall of empires, the shift of grain of sand on every beach, the fall of every raindrop on every world, the all but imperceptible touch of lovers' hands, this and all I chronicle without fault. Except, it seems you. Do you mean to tell me that I'm not at all featured in the Cannabis of Time? Yeah, what's up with that? Am I not featured in that? I do not mean to, but it's the only thing I can do, your absence. It should be an impossibility, but no matter where I look, you cannot be found. I do not know you, which makes you my one perennial imperfection, a blind spot in the eye of time. But perchance, I may be cured of this blindness. Perchance the blemish may be undone and time can be redeemed. Yeah, I think that perhaps you can redeem time because you create time. Indeed, you have set in motion an event I no longer held possible. Know then that no longer I did weave. I sat here at the precipice of ages and watched on as the void phrased the fabric of time like a terrified god that fears the offspring of his own creation. But suddenly there was you who steered the life within the stones. These stones, children of stars, they place new ribbons along my fingers like phantoms out of time. New threads emerged and I began to weave anew. Starstone gives me new strands to braid into the tapestry. And because you give Starstone energy, you are creating time. Makes sense to me, right? Because I'm in the blind spot of time and I give Starstone energy, I create time. You know, it's sometimes things seem really complicated, but if you break it down into a simple explanation, it could actually be understood. I totally got that. These starstones, please seek them so that time may yet be mended. Please, for the sake of all that lives and all that loves, seek them so that the void may yet devour itself alone. Oh, there are many questions I have for you. Ask and I shall answer. Okay. That's such a redneck. Who are you really? Come on, you're not the Weaver of Time, man. Come on, tell me. You can tell. It's gonna stay between us. Who are you really, man? I'm the Weaver of Time, as I've told you. I can hear a little sigh in that, can't you? Like she's already annoyed with us. Though my existence is one that falls behind and yet far exceeds the verb to be. I am but what I am, and that is task. And the same Protean Chronicles. Okay. I kind of got tired of listening to all that stuff, especially since I already listened to it. Now explain again why the Starstone is so important. Okay, because we are the imperfection on the tapestry, I guess. That makes sense. Precipice of ages. Jesus, these words. Okay, I do not usually talk. Yeah. Well, once you see the player character, man, do you come to life. All that chattering and stuff.
The plot thickens.
We should tell the imp the Weaver's tale.
Of course. I met the Weaver of Time. She talked to me. She doesn't talk to you. Wondrous, oh wondrous indeed. At least she's willing to speak to someone around here. So what did she say? I knew it, as surely as Zig comes before Zax. I knew it. Then that should your mission be, my friend. Oh, I beseech you, let that be your mission, to trace Starstone wherever it may lead you. Together we'll try to unfold the depth of this dimension, and thereby try to save all and everything from annihilation. Here, take this runestone and this precious little pyramid. Gifts are they from me to you. The rune will bring you back and forth from Rivellon whenever you decide the moment is opportune. And the pyramid, it has a twin. Find it, and you'll see how handy these twins can be. Good. Okay. Okay, you received a runestone that allows you to quick travel. Use the Homestead travel button on the right side of the screen under the minimap. Righty, so we can use the... nice. Can use all the portals that we uncovered already. And I think... Wait a second, there must... Last time I went here, there's an inactive portal here. And here. They're all inactive, kind of. Observatory. Yep. All inactive. Huh, I guess I'll have to come back a second time to actually find... or is this here active yet? Nah, it's probably not. So actually, there's a way to leave your heroes in this Homestead, but I think it's gonna open when you come back the second time. So let's just go back to Seal. We'll go to the end of time. Okay, here we are. Where did we want to go? We finished at the harbor, beach. Northgate looks good. Ah, here we go. Okay, let's save that. And now we are close. Very, very close to where I actually... Wait. Here's a pyramid. Can't reach. Why can't I reach that? I want to go there. Come on. Can I teleport in it? Ah, of course it's locked. Bah, how intolerable is to think that all the knowledge of the world is being gathered by an imp, a creature that is no more than the results of a demon's bowel movement imbued with the breath of life. And yet I'm a tad jealous of that jabbering little jester. To know all, it is a consummation devoutly to be wished. There's no such thing as too much knowledge. We're lucky to have found zigzags. To know everything is to take all the wonder. Nah, there's no such. Yeah. He's the best shot we have at attain what you so devoutly seem to wish. You'll rue the day you lend your trust to anything that is demon-touched. But this particular specimen, it delights in scholarship, a quality, I must admit, that highly speaks to its advantage. Let us learn, Hunter, wherever you like it, whether you like it or not, and through your wisdom grow ever more mighty. I love Jahan already. He's such a great guy. Oh man. He has a dialogue that you would... Like, if you put the Emperor Palpatine in this game, he probably would be very close to Jahan in terms of his dialogue. Okay, let's go back here then. Come on guys, move it. Save that and say hello to Mr. Master Healer. Are you freaking kidding me? I didn't even touch that. Alrighty. Nothing much. Hey, Evelyn. What's your healing stone? Alrighty, nothing new here. Where is that? Miscellaneous. Where's my pyramid? Didn't the imp give me a teleported pyramid? Why can't I see that? Miscellaneous. Ingredients. Oh, there it is. Right click to teleport to the... Huh, hi! That was easy. My god, what's going on in here? First I have to shoo away your deranged imp, and now there's a perfect stranger in my bathroom. Get out, will you? I swear I'll murder the imp that sent me here. I'll tear him to shreds along with anyone who witnessed this little prank. Charm. Now let's go with intimidate. Win our series of rocks, paper, scissors match to convince the other party. Why is she... Alright. There we go. I should probably go rock. Maybe scissors is good. No! Dadgummit. She went rock, and I went scissors. So she probably will go rock again. There we go. Damn. No! Alright.
Out now, if you please. This room is private.
Yeah, alright.
Just stand there. Go.
She's
Away
something
with
I
you.
was think much longer. The deal will smell this lady from a field away.
What are you still doing here? Pick up.
I'll save a leg of something good for when she begins to starve.
Bonded. Okay, if you... Whatever. I wonder how we're actually gonna... Come on, get out of here. Jahan. I wonder how we're actually gonna make use of that. Will that allow me to basically enter every room? Well, let's actually... There was an abandoned house where I actually would love to try that out. Can we get there? No, it wasn't here. Where was it? Where was it? Somewhere around here. This one here, I think. Was it this one? Yeah, I think it was here. Where you... There's a... like a... switch in the door where you can open the door, but you can't really get there until the door is open. So it's kind of a weird little problem. Yeah, this one locked and locked. And if you can see from here, well, you can't really, but here's a switch on the wall. If we move that picture, I think, which opens the door, but we can't reach it because we are too far away. Now, if we take that pyramid, right click to tell the location of the other pyramid. Huh. So if we... Damn. Path is blocked. Right, okay. Was worth a try. Thought we could maybe get that in through the window or something. Maybe here? Not enough space. Ah, that's too bad. Wish that was possible. What if we just put it next to the door and then right click? Nope. Game's too smart for me. Okay. Worth a try anyway. Give that. Alrighty, that should do it for the episode. Jahan has another dialogue, but I'll just, well, let's just get through that real quick. Interesting devices. These pygmies among pyramids, they may be small of stature, but their potential is gigantic. Decisively clever. It's a trait all demonic machinations share. Yes, demonic, so very obvious to the trained eye. These apparatures have been forged among the voids of the other realm. Well, the light of the stars doesn't reach. Okay. You do well to treat them with the utmost care. Perhaps it would even be for the best if you sling them into the reaches of infinity that surround the shelter plane. Better safe than sorry. It's an uncommonly trite thing to say, but it applies to all things demon-dreamt and devised. Yeah, okay, these things are... Yeah, you can whine all you want, but I'll actually keep those pyramids. Now, this will do it for the episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, there's a little like button. What else? If you didn't, there's a little comment box. And in any case, enjoy your day. Have a great one and see you around for the next episode. Until then, you guessed it, goodbye.